Oh boy, great start out there. This is Emperor Haterius doing a hate plays for birthdays, the beginning, a game I picked up the other day. There's lots of stuff that I don't know. The stuff that everyone knows is just a small piece. It's known world. My grandpa loved to read and owned lots of books, too many to count. When I was a kid, I used to borrow his books in secret and read them. Press any button there. Let's look at the options. Or turn that BGM a bit down. Alright, let's start a new game. One day. Day like any other day, I was reading a book when an old scrap of paper fell out. Reach out, turn my light off real quick. There we go. Looked like a small map. Specifically a map of this area, and in the forest a spot had been marked. Maybe it's a treasure map. A childish notion, I know. I had no way of knowing if the map was real or not, but it didn't seem too far away. So away I went. Pockets of sunlight seeped through the dense canopy of trees, dimly shining my way as I walked through the dark forest. And right when I thought, I think this is the spot, and then, as if beckoning me, the light began to move. And my feet responded in kind. I felt like a puppet. There was nothing I could do. I eventually arrived at the entrance to a cave. The light continued into the cave and my feet continued after it. Shortly after, I lost consciousness. When I woke up, there was a giant cube before me. Next to it, a smaller cube-like object, and a creature I had never seen before. And with that, the strangest incident of my life had begun. Welcome to this unknown world. I don't have a name for myself, but if you want, you can call me Navi. That red guy is your avatar. You can give it any name you want. Alright, let's go with Emperor Haterius. Oop. Looks like there's no space, so I'll just go with Emperor Haterius. I can't. I'll go with Emperor. Yes. For a long time, my job has been to birth life on worlds such as this one. Hello, Jamie Wicks. But lately things haven't gone right. I know everything about this world, but I can't do anything on my own. So I called upon you. I'm sure you don't understand, but trust me, you're a chosen one. You seem confused. I just need help, that's all. I'm sure you won't let me down. If life can be birthed on this world, I can finally complete my task. And then you can return to your world. Together we can move forward. It is our only option. First things first, you need to know the rules of this world. Now let's begin. Do you see that red square? That's the cursor. It can highlight various things. Yeah, I'm just starting it up, so I guess I'm going through tutorial in the first stages. When raising and lowering terrain, the cursor will be the center point. You can also specify an area to use items. Let's try moving first. Use the left stick to move the cursor wherever you'd like. You can move any direction this way. If you hold L2 at the same time, it's even faster. You can... Okay. Woo! Yeah, you can zoom around with this. Alright, everything seems okay. While we're at it, I'll explain. It's a bird's eye view to the entire cube. Red dot represents your location. Distribution of life and the condition of the land is also displayed. It might look drab now, but it'll get more lively if you do well. The direction that the red dot is pointing represents the direction you're facing. Next, we should move the terrain. You're probably wondering why. Well, it's a key part of birthing life in this world. Press R1 and the area selected by the cursor will rise. When you press R2, the area selected by the cursor will lower. You can also do something like this. By raising and lowering the terrain, you can influence this world's environment. Basically, raising the land will decrease its temperature, lowering the land will increase it. The change in temperature will be displayed on the minimap. However, temperature fluctuations are affected by other variables besides terrain and elevation. By raising and lowering terrain, you shape the environment. In doing so, new life will be born that is suited for various environments. When a life form thrives and its population increases, you can birth new types of life. Repeating this cycle will allow you to birth various life forms. Now let's try raising and lowering the terrain. R1 to raise, R2 to lower. Hold down either button for sustained rising or lowering. Also, you can use the left thumbstick to move while you are raising and lowering terrain. Okay. let's go over here. It's lower. I wonder if this will add water, because I'm wanting to have some water going on. Probably keep that pyramid just to do it. Looks like you've run out of HP. You can heal lost HP in the macro mode. Okay, is HP my usage? But I'll heal you just this once. Other ways to control the land. One is by using items. See that yellow dot on the mini-map? That represents an item. Head over there and obtain the valley source. You just need to go near it. I'll show you how to use it. Good job. This item will dig a big hole in the ground. Press X to open the item menu, square to use it. Use the valley source and move the terrain. This may be a bother, but I'd like to put 2 or 3 of those in a specific location. The locations are marked red on the minimap. You can put the last one wherever you want. Okay. What do you think? Useful, huh? There are lots of useful items, but right now I have something more important to tell you. So I have to tell you about the sea. It's the birthplace of all life. You can create water using the primordial drop. This is how it starts. It all starts. Try using the primordial drop in the hole you made with the valley resource. Let's put it down here. It's water. Congratulations. This is the first of what I hope will be many birthdays. In this world, this large pool of water that you created is called a sea. On the cursor status to the right, you can see that the height is in the negatives. Everything in the negatives is the sea. That's a rule of this world. It's almost time for life to be born. Ha! If only things were that simple. But waiting around is pretty boring, so let's use an item to speed this up. Ta-da! The broth of life. This amazing item creates organisms without fail. but you have to use it in the sea. After all, that's the birthplace of all life. Looks like it filled up these spots too. Guess it's just gonna border the world here. Let's zoom in. Broth of life. Now all we have to do is wait for life to be born, but right now time is frozen. If time flowed normally while you tried to work, things could turn bad real quick. So here's another important rule. Time only passes by when you watch the world unfold from a distance. So try pressing triangle. Now you can watch the world from a distance. You can adjust the distance with the right stick. This is called macro mode, and it's very important. It's how you unfreeze time. When time passes, the cube's environment will change with each passing moment. And when the cube's environment has fulfilled a condition, life will be born into this world. Let time pass and watch what happens. Press L1 to unfreeze time. Go ahead, try it. Phytoplankton. Another happy birthday, congratulations. It's phytoplankton. This is said to be the original life form. Life news is displayed on the right. You can see new displayed next to the phytoplankton. This is how you'll find out when new life forms are born. Make sure you don't miss a single birthday. The cube status below will show you information about this world. Temperature fluctuations, flora and fauna status, terrain proportion, stuff like that. Oh yeah, I need to show you the mechanics of birthing life. Temperature is the most important factor for life to be born. Generational and geographical change matters too, but the most important, by far, is temperature. Now the ratio of sea to land determines the temperature. The more land there is, the lower the temperature. The more sea there is, the higher the temperature. Elevation is also a factor. Higher elevations make lower temperatures and vice versa. If you remember that while you shape the terrain, various life forms will be born. I mentioned before how you can progress time, but I'll tell you something a little more useful. At the bottom of the screen, you can change the speed at which time progresses. L1 will start and stop time, L2 will fast forward and stop time. Starting time will heal your HP, while fast forwarding will consume it. Now let's try fast forwarding time. Press L2. Zooplankton. New species has been born. That makes 3 birthdays now. Expect to see a lot more. As a reward, I'll heal your HP. Now, what was born was zooplankton, the first multicellular organism. It eats phytoplankton to survive. This is the first link in the food chain. Let me explain a little bit more about life forms. Sometimes the environment can no longer support certain species when they begin to increase in number. When that happens, the species will adapt to environment, and through evolution, a new species will be born. Sometimes one species will appear because another has gone extinct. Life sure is mysterious, isn't it? After the third life form is born, you can continue on. You can zoom in and change the terrain and do all kinds of stuff. Then just go macro mode and let time unfold again. If you're ever not sure what to do, press R3 for a hint, then use it whenever the need arises. Let's see if I can see these guys. Oh, I can kind of see. A little shimmering in the water. Let's raise some areas over here. I'm gonna do what I was going to do once I found out I could raise stuff, and I'll make Oh, I can't go underneath it. I was gonna make an H, but that's the best I can do. What else do I have? Can I change my avatar? Oh yeah, I downloaded some free stuff. What? World monuments. Pretty cool stuff. Oh, this puts an avatar on the ground, okay. Alright, so I don't have anything else, so I'm just gonna, I guess, raise some land over here. Be out of HP. So I have zooplankton eating phytoplankton. Stromatolite. Wow, another species was born. Another birthday to celebrate. Stromatolite, a rock-like organism made of algae that lives in high-temperature shallows. Why was stromatolite born, you ask? Because the location met the conditions for life, therefore it was born. That means you can expect them to thrive in these conditions too. Locations factor all sorts of variables such as temperature, height, terrain, and more. You might want to zoom in and look for hints. Now you know the 3 important factors to birthing life. 1. Temperature, 2. Life form, prosperity / extinction, and 3. Location. These 3 factors have a deep connection to the birth of this world. When life is born, other life might go extinct. Life forms that cannot adapt will die off. Life forms that are in danger of going extinct will display an exclamation mark in Life News. These explanations are getting lengthy, but please bear with me. Press triangle to enter the world. Yes, this screen is micro mode. Macro and micro may seem similar, but don't mix them up. Now we've talked about the minimap before. The minimap will display the position of all organisms in this world. Items appear as yellow, but animals and plants are displayed as colored dots. Try looking for the stromatolite that was just born. It is displayed as a pink dot. New life forms will be recorded in your library. This act is known as capturing. If you approach an organism you haven't captured yet, a pink triangle will appear. Click the touchpad button to capture the life form and add it to your library. This information can be viewed at any time. Organisms will be displayed in the window. Now give it a try.